Okay. So what is MEC? What are the features are available in MEC? We have learned the previous class demo. So remove this complete code. Okay. So then it makes sense. We can start from scratch. So this is a MEC application. Now, how to run this application? How it is working? So if you expand this project, we have a controller. In this controller by default, they have given a home controller. Controller name is a home. And we have to give the suffix to the our controller name is a controller. Okay, this keyword is mandatory whenever we are creating the controller. Now we are going to use this about view. So we'll create our own controller, our own views. But we'll check how it is working before that one. Okay. So I'm running this one now. Okay, starting the application. So now I'm in a home controller. So by default, it is coming to the home controller. How it is coming this page. If you come here, okay. So this is a action name index. The index action name and the view name is the same. If you expand the solution explorer, click on views folder. Inside views, I have a folder home. So this home, you can create this name or you cannot create other name. What is the meaning of this home? So if you observe here, the controller name is a home. Okay. And then folder name is also home. So if you are creating any view, okay, so it is a mandatory to create a folder called a controller name. And then inside that, we have to create these views. This view name and this action name must be the same. Otherwise, we'll face issues. That also I will show you. Okay. Now, if you observe here, I have a three methods in this hope controller: index, contact, about. And see here about contact index. The name of this view name, the name of this action name are all same. And if we expand this app.start folder, we have a route.config file. So whenever application is loaded, that time I want to load a default page. So they given a controller name is the home and the action name is the index. In home controller, we have a action called index. Okay. If I want to navigate to this about controller, okay. Now open this browser, click on about. Now see this about action is a debug point is a hitted. So if I click on about, how it is coming here, where we have a mapped. Click on continue, open the solution explorer. Okay, expand the shared folder and we have a layout.cs HTML page. So in the menu, if you observe here, this is our project and these are the menu names. So home, about, contact and then application name. So if you observe here, I have these menu controllers. So home, about, contact. This is a visible text to the user. And then if you mouse over on this one, action link, first string, it is telling the string link text, what text you want to display to the end user. And then action name, and then a controller name. After that, route values. These are the route values. If you want, you can pass here. So this is a text to the end user, it will display. And then this is the action name, this is the controller name. When I click on this tab, okay, I want to navigate into the about page. So to navigate about page, we have to give the navigation. I have a home controller. Inside home controller, I have a about action. And then I have a home controller. Inside that, I have a contact action. And if I click on home, I have a home controller. Inside that one, I have a index action. So to test this one, put a breakpoint here. Okay, I have put breakpoint to the contact and click on the contact. Now see this contact action deep debug point is lifted. Click on continue. Now see I am able to navigate into this contact page. Now what I want, I want create my own controller. Okay, so they have given a by default home controller. So we can learn this. Let me see. Create controller. Create a view. And then today is this two enough. Okay. So first today I don't want to make you confused. Come here. Stop the debug. Okay. So I want to create a like this home controller, my own controller I want to create. So how to create a controller? So right click on this controller folder, click on add, and then click or select controller, or you can select new item. Any one of is fine. So click on a new item. If you select click on a new item, it will display in the different pages. Okay. So instead of this, to make a confusion, close this one, click on controller, click on add, click on controller. Okay. So if you observe here, they have a given a controllers. If I select the first one, it will create a by default empty. It won't create any of these actions. If I select second one, it will create by default get to put to delete all actions it will create. Okay. So we have to learn from scratch. So that is why I'm selecting the empty home controller and then click on add. So it is asking the name of the controller, and then if you observe here, it is highlighted the default, and then they have given a controller. So we have to put a suffix controller. Don't remove that one. And I want to create a one employee controller or a student controller. This is my student controller. Click on add. Okay. So student and the controller is automatically added suffix to this controller name. And by default, it is created one action for us index. Okay. And I want to navigate into this index space. So put a breakpoint here, save this one, and run this application again. You can continue. Okay. Now I want to navigate into student. So in URL, give the student, that is controller name, and then index. So put the breakpoint here. Remove these breakpoints. This is my student controller. I have a put on the breakpoint. Come here, click on enter. Now this action is hit. Click on continue. Okay. Now I'm getting this issue. So what is the issue? The view index or its master was not found or no view engine support the searched locations. The following locations were searched. So it is searched the name like views folder. First it is searched views folder. If there is a folder inside views folder, student folder is there or not. Okay, there is no student folder. Okay, and if it is there also and it is searching the index data, ASPX, that is extension of the page, index.ascs, that is also extension of this page, and then shared folder, it is again searched the shared folder index.aspx, index.ascs, and then you again use folder student folder inside that index.cshtml or a vbhtml. So these many extensions, it is searched in a views folder, but the name student folder is not found, or inside shared folder also the index page it is not found. That is why we are getting this issue. So then how to create a view to this index page? Now come here, stop the debug. I want to create a index, right? So right click on this method, click on add view. Okay, click on MEC file view, click on add. Okay, so if you observe here, it is asking the template if there is any model for this one. So as of now, we don't have any model. So we will learn coming sessions what is the model, what is the template. Okay, and then it is asking the use layout page. Okay, use layout means the common page with will menu, it will come into this our page also. So don't deselect this one. So we will discuss this create a partial view in coming sessions. Okay, as of now leave that option as it is. So the view name and the action name is the same, don't change this name. So this index method name and view name must be the same. Okay, and click on add. Okay, so if you click on add, if you observe here, immediately student, the name of the controller student, right? It is created the student folder. Inside that, I have it is created the index data CS HTML page. Okay, the extension is a CS HTML. Okay, so this is a student index page. Okay. So I'm going to add class text binary and run this application again. Continue. Now see, I'm able to see the student index page. Now I'm able to see this page. Previously, why I'm getting the issue? I don't have a name of student folder inside the views, and I don't have a index page my views folder. Now I have created the view and I have created the controller. So like this, we have to create our own controller and our own view. Now we will discuss some basics today. Okay, I'm stopping this debug pointer. I'm removing the debug, and this is my index page. So we know the C sharp from. We have a conditional statements we discussed, right? If condition of our loop, do while loop. Okay, all this we have discussed. So same loops, so same if conditions I want to use in a embedded. So in a real time also we'll use these if conditions. We'll use a for loop, for each loop. Everything what I'm explaining to you, everything we are going to use in a real time project. Okay? Don't take it as an class. So take it as a real time project only. Okay. So now I want to print some values in this view. So we have to use a razor syntax. First of all, we need to discuss a razor syntax. So if you observe here, they given at the rate symbol and then a bracket. So in this at the rate symbol, if you want to declare any variable, we have to declare inside of this bracket. Okay. If you want to declare variables or if you want to initialize any list of the values, anything if you want to declare inside this variable at the rate symbol, we have to inside of that bracket we need to initialize or we need to declare. So this syntax is called razor syntax. Okay. In MEC, we'll use a razor syntax. Now I want to declare one list of values. Okay. Where list equal to new list. The type is a string. Okay. So in this list, I want to add some values. India, America, Japan, China. So like that, you can add multiple elements. Now I want to display this list of elements in my UI. Save this one, reload. Okay, it is empty. Now I want to display this elements in my UI, this list of elements. Same list, we have to pass this data from controller to view. That also we will discuss. But as of now, I'm explaining you, there is a scenario we have to declare our elements inside this page. Okay, inside the view only. Okay, now I want to iterate this loop. How to use, how to print this list of elements in our page. So we have to use the at the rate symbol at the rate for each. Okay, so the syntax of for each, how we are using the C sharp, same syntax, there is no change, but extra we are going to add a at the rate symbol in front of the for each. Okay, keep this point in mind. If you are using if condition, you are using for loop, if you are using for each loop, if you are using the do while, if you are using the while loop, anything, we have to add before that one at the rate symbol. That is called a razor syntax. So what is our list name? It is a list. Okay. Now I want to print these elements. So I'm going to add one another list order. So inside this UL, I'm going to add a li element. Okay, I'm going to giving this class text. Anything you can give it. Save. And then I have to print this item, right? So use at the rate symbol, then item. So come here, reload this application. Now see, I am able to print these values. So the class name change here, primary, save, reload. Now see, the value color primary is applied to this list. Now this is a way we have to declare elements in a HTML page. Now I have used the for each loop, right? Same values I want to iterate with the help of a for loop. Using for loop. Okay. This one using for each loop. So from here, so I told you we have to use a array symbol for I want to use the list. This is my list dot. We have a property called count, and I want to print this elements. Okay, same. I'm going to use the usual unordered list. Inside that li element, going to give the class text. The success I have given, and I want to use this as the list of I. Okay. So save this change and reload this page again. Now see, this is using for loop. So you can use this text name, whatever you want. For differentiation, I have used the secondary or info. You can use the instead of success. You need to use the info. Save this one. Reload the application. So like that we can view. So this is a way to declare a list of elements in our HTML page. Now I want to declare a count. Okay, each time it is iterating, right? I want to print this count of how many elements is there. Okay, so come here. I'm using the var count equal to 0. Okay, I want to print this count. So in each iteration, at the rate count equal to at the rate count plus 1. Okay, I'm going to each iteration I want to know the count. So here count equal to at the rate count and country equal to country name. And here also I want to print a count. Count equal to index. Okay. And then country equal to at the rate country. And then from here, reload the application. Okay, the index student index is a false. So line number 1 not a 4. Okay, equal to symbol. Equal to reload this application. And the context use student index HTML line number 1 not 4. And name this one. Reload this application. And placing. And just to remove this counter, maybe because of button facing animation. Okay, country folder container it is a printed and then and here index equal to whatever I and country. Reload this application. So index value it is a printed the from 0 and the value 1 2 3 4. So it is a printing. So like this we have to print the index value, and here also I have to use the index equal to at the rate count equal to count plus plus. I want to see this will work or not. It is a printed at 0. So every iteration at the rate count equal to at the rate count plus 1. And remove this plus icon. Okay, that value is not printed. I will check later. Anyhow, we have to print these values. Okay, we have to print using for loop and for each loop. We need to iterate the this elements. Now same this list of elements. I want pass data from controller to view. As of now, this list I have declared inside the index page. But I want to use this list of data, copy this one and student controller and paste here. Control KD. Stop the debug. Format option. Okay, so I want to use this list of data. I want to pass this data from controller to view. How to pass this data? Now we have here some fields. Okay, some data types are called view data, view back, temp data. So with the help of these types, we can pass data from controller to view. Now what I want to use ubag dot list is equal to list. Okay, this list I'm going to assign here. But ubag dot list, you can give any name. You can give the country list. So this property is a dynamic property. You can give any name here, ubag data list, and then we have to assign some of the elements to this list. Okay, now I want to read these elements. I want to read these elements to this index page. Now copy this viewback dot country list. Come here index.html page. Scroll down. So add one hashtag viewback data. So below this one, we are going to iterate at the rate for each. So I have a data viewback data country list. Now I want to iterate this one. So copy this you will. I want add you will. Inside that UL, I'm going to add a li and then at the rate item. Okay, add one bootstrap class for look and feel like text primary. Save this one and then reload the application. If you expand this one, if you see here, this is a view back data list of data I'm able to printing. So like that we can pass the data from controller to view. Okay, it is a list. I want to pass only one string element. Okay, you can pass one string element only. For example, view back data name. I want to pass only one string element. So I'm using the hello. My name is MEC. Okay, I want to print this text in my HTML. Copy this viewback data name and come here. So below of this one, I want to use so name equal to use the viewback data name at the rate viewback data name. Save this one and then reload application again. So we can pass any data. Okay, can pass any data. Back data name is not display. Okay, you back data. This is called save this one. Reload control shift up. So name equal to you back data. No. And here reload. This name is not a printer. Dynamic mass conversion is not required. I'm just commenting this one. Okay. And reload. Student controller, view paragraph, and save this one. Copy debug and load. There we have student. Copy this one. Student slash index. Okay. So hello, my name is Agnes. And then I'm going to stop the debug. To you uncomment this one. So index.html uncomment control KU. Save this one. Run now this application. Okay. So this is a view bag string name. Hello, my name is MEC. Why previously it is not a printed? Why it is a printing now? Because if you write a code in a debug mode, okay,
So sometimes it won't compile, it won't print, and even it is not giving error also. So that time we think we are returning the any code is a misspell. So we have to build the solution, stop the debug. If code is not printing, then stop debug, build your application. Okay. So whenever we are writing the code, we have to stop this debug point, and then we need to write. Then only it will compile. Otherwise, it won't compile that code and it won't print. And even it is not giving a error also. Okay. So that time to make the sense, we have to build our application. Then it will print. So start application again. Click on menu. We have to enter the student controller name. Student slash index is our method name. Now see the data is printing. But every time I have to enter student slash index, it is very difficult to me. So I want to add a menu like this student, and then if I click on student, I want to navigate into this student slash index page. How can we add same? So come here in Solution Explorer, we have a layout data CSHTML, and then come here. So add one more li element, copy and paste. So I want to add a student list. Okay. Or a student index, anything you can add. And what is the action name? Index. What is the controller name? Student. Save this one. So in HTML page, if you modify it, it will automatically compile sometimes. So don't worry about. If you are writing the code in the controller, that time only it won't compile. So we have to stop the debug. Okay, if you are changing the code in HTML page, no need to stop the debug. But sometimes we have to stop. Reload application. Now see student list is coming displaying here. If I navigate on the home page, contact the page and click on the student index. Now see I am able to navigate into the student index page. So like that we have to add our own menus here. So why I given index means we are in a index page. That is why I given a student index. Okay. So as of now, we know the how to pass data from controller to view and how to print the values in a index page. Same, I have a one more field called view data. Okay, I'm stopping this debug. I'm forgetting this one. So very simple. Okay, don't worry about first two, three classes. It will give a little bit of confusion. After that, it is very easy. Okay, view bag, we know that view data. So this is a view data. It is a type of dictionary. So if you want to pass data from this controller to view, we can use the view bag or we can use the view data. So I want to use view data. So we have to add a syntax like this. I am view data. I am view data string. Okay. So I'm going to give the name my string. You can give any name here. Okay. You can give any name in this square bracket. So this is a view bag. It is a type of dynamic and view data. It is a type of dictionary. Both are dictionaries only, but it is a dynamic. And if you want to give anything, we have to give the dot and then a name. So here also we have to give the name, but in the square bracket only we have to give. Then how to print this value? How to print this value in my view? So instead of writing there, we have to copy paste this one. Otherwise, if you write any spelling mistake, to identify in that one, it is very difficult. Okay. So in index HTML page, view data equal to paste here and at the rate view data, and I'm going to convert as string. Just to remove this one. Okay. Okay. Run the application. So this is a view data. So give some breakpoint. BR. Save this one. Come here. Reload. Okay. This is a give something meaningful name instead of name. View bag. View bag. Okay, and then view data. Reload this application. So this is a view bag data, and then this is a view data. Okay, like that we have to print the values, and then we have a one more type called temp data. Temp data. So here also same syntax. I am temp data string. Okay, so give the name my string. Copy this one. Stop the debug. And come here, run a breakpoint and temp data equal to at the rate temp data string view data, and upload the application. So we have to pass data from controller to view. Okay, so we can use these three ways. Okay, one is view data, view back, and then temp data. This is view back. So these are the three ways we can pass. There is a one more way to pass the model. Using model, we can pass data from controller to view. Okay, I don't explain you now. If I explain everything, you make a confuse. Okay. Now, as of now, we know the how to print values in a HTML page, and how to declare any type of values in a index.html page, or we can pass this data from controller to view. Okay. Now, if you observe here, we are using the index method and returning the view. Okay. So in this action, I required a view, but I don't want to return a view. Instead of that, I want to return something text. So in C sharp, we know the different types of methods. So we can pass parameters. We cannot pass parameters. We can return value. We cannot return value. So here also, what I want, I'm just creating the method public. Okay, list. In this list, I want to return a list of string values. Okay, get strings. So copy this one, paste here, and then return list. Okay, now put a breakpoint here. This is a return types we are going to using now. So run this application. So click on this URL, enter student. After that, get strings. That is our method name. So now if I enter in URL, see automatically this debug point is hitted. Click on continue. Now this system dot collection dot generate string. Okay, list return a list. Why it is now come here. I want return this in a JSON format. System dot string. So it is returning the string. So what instead of that one return JSON. In this JSON, we can pass this list comma JSON request behavior dot hello get stop debug and then change this return type of action result. Okay, save and start application again. So click on a slash student controller and the method name is get strings. Click on continue. Now see this list of data I'm able to return here instead of the view. So whenever we don't want to return, we don't want to return a view from this controller. Okay, if you observe here, the return type is a view. Okay, I don't want to create a view. I want to return some data to the end user instead of creating a view. In this scenario, we have to return the whatever you want. You can return without creating the view. Okay, and what is this action result? Action result is a base type. If you want to return anything, list of values, strings, integer, okay, so any data type we can return with the help of action result. Now I want to return only one string element. Okay, instead of the list, I want to return a string element. Public string get name. This is my method. So here I want to return my name is MEC. I want to return this string. Copy this the name and then run the application. So from here, student instead of the get strings, I'm using the get name. Now see, my name is Amice is the return name. So whatever you want, you can return. Now if you observe here, get the name don't have any parameter. I want to pass the parameter. Copy this and paste. Here I'm using the int something ID. Okay, and I'm going to add this ID. Use the string interpolation and ID. Okay, copy and run this application. So we got instead of get string, get name slash and passing the 10. Okay, and then it is not accepting ID equal to 10. Question mark ID equal to 10. Get the name. Get the name on control student is ambiguous between action name. Okay. So the name of this get name and get name, it is getting the ambiguity. Ambiguity in the meaning is that if you are giving the same name, it will confuse. Instead of that, I'm using the get student ID. Okay, I'm giving the method name. I can change in this one. So run this application again. So copy this action name, get a student ID, and come here, expand this one, student slash and method name get a student slash if I pass 10. Now see, automatically this action is hitted and the value 10 is returned. So whenever you don't want to create a view, you just want to return something values. So instead of returning the view, you can return a string value. Okay, if you want to return some the list of the elements, in that scenario we have to use the JSON return type. So we will discuss this JSON in coming sessions. As of now, I'm explaining the basics only. Don't worry about on this one. Okay, so I will explain you clearly in the in deep coming sessions. First day only if I explain you, you will fear. Okay, it is something difficult to learn. Okay, I don't want to make you the confused. Okay, so we will discuss it on tomorrow. Rest of the sections, rest of the topics. Okay. As of now, do you have any doubts? Please ask me. I will clarify it. No doubts, sir. ఈ ఐఫోన్ ఎవరండి? కొంచెం నేమ్స్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోండి అవి.
స్వాతి. నేనే అండి స్వాతి.
ఓకే. ఓకేనండి. సో ఇక ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. ఇప్పుడు నేను క్లారిఫై చేస్తాను. సో మనకేంటంటే అప్లికేషన్ క్రియేట్ చేయగానే బై డిఫాల్ట్‌గా మనకు హోమ్ కంట్రోలర్ అని క్రియేట్ చేసి ఇచ్చాడు. సో మనం మన ఓన్ కంట్రోలర్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకున్నాం. కంట్రోలర్ నేమ్ ఏంటి అంటే స్టూడెంట్. ఓకే. స్టూడెంట్ కంట్రోలర్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకున్నాం. సో స్టూడెంట్ కంట్రోలర్‌కి నావిగేట్ అవ్వగానే నాకు వ్యూ కావాలి. వ్యూ కావాలన్నప్పుడు సో యాక్షన్ నేమ్ మీద రైట్ క్లిక్ ఇచ్చి యాడ్ వ్యూ అని ఇచ్చేస్తే సేమ్ ఇండెక్స్ నేమ్ ఇచ్చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్‌గా ఒక వ్యూ సో కంట్రోలర్ నేమ్‌తో ఫోల్డర్ జనరేట్ అయిపోతుందనమాట. దాని లోపల మన యాక్షన్ నేమ్ ఏదైతే ఉంటదో ఈ వ్యూ నేమ్ కూడా సేమ్ ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు మాత్రమే వ్యూ ఐడెంటిఫై అవుతదనమాట. ఓకే. సో this is a way we have to pass data from controller to view. And if you don't want this data, we can use this data directly in a index.html page. This is a razor syntax. Okay, we have to use a razor syntax. సో సమ్‌టైమ్స్ మనకేంటంటే కంట్రోలర్‌లో డేటా డిక్లేర్ చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. అక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడ పాస్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. సో అలాంటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే డైరెక్ట్‌గా ఇక్కడే వాల్యూస్ ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేసుకుంటాం అనమాట. అందుకని ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా చూయించాను. సో మనకు ఫర్ లూప్, ఫర్ ఈచ్ లూప్ ఎలా యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే ఇలా యూజ్ చేస్తాం. కమింగ్ సెషన్స్‌లో ఏంటంటే ఒక మోడల్ క్రియేట్ చేసి, ఆ మోడల్‌కి డేటా అసైన్ చేసి, అక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి డేటా పాస్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. ఓకే. సో అవన్నీ మనం కమింగ్ సెషన్లో చూద్దాం. ఒకే రోజు చెప్తే కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు. సో ఐ వాంట్ టు స్టాప్ దిస్ క్లాస్ టుడే. నౌ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్ ప్లీజ్ ఆస్క్ మీ, ఐ విల్ క్లారిఫై యూ. ఏం డౌట్స్ లేవా? ఓకే. ఓకే, గుడ్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ నుంచి మనం మార్నింగ్ కనెక్ట్ అవుదామండి.
హలో
సో
హలో
చెప్పండి.
అన్న ఇది 104 అనేది ఎట్లా వస్తుంది అన్న?